Hey, what is up guys, I'm the King of Games. Today I'm back once again with another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, but this time I'm giving you more of an opinion slash speculation kind of video. It's what I would like to see, well, specifically an extreme kind of leader that I'd like to see implemented in the game, and kind of taking the movie route, and that would be a Dokkan Festival related around Hirudegarn, Wrath of the Dragon. I think that was a really good movie. It was one of my personal favorites that I enjoyed. So let's get right into it. So the Dokkan Festival headliner is going to be Hirudegarn himself. I would have him an extreme strength type. He'll transcend, so it'll be level 120, transcend ultra rare. And the link skills I'm going to give to these characters, there are 4 characters by the way, so one being Hirudegarn and the other 3 which you'll see later on in the video. The link skills and their leader passive and their super attacks are all based on what I think from what I've seen in the movie and they deserve in the game. So link skills for Hirudegarn are Metamorphosis, Shocking Speed, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, Nightmare, and Fear and Faith. And then if we were to move on to his leader skill, his passive and his super attack. So his leader skill, who would be the extreme strength types, Ki +3, HP attack and defense 120%, and super types, Ki +1, HP and attack, defense +50%. So he's the opposite of Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now his passive skill I had a bit of fun with. I kind of gave him a cross between Super Vegito and Golden Frieza, the AGL one. So damage received from all attacks, which is the Golden Frieza passive, is reduced by 80%, so that's obviously the Vegito bit there. And then I also gave him a passive of rare chance to counter attack, that's what CA stands for, I just shortened it, and stun the enemy. So if you have that RNG on your side and he gets that counter attack, you're going to guarantee to stun the enemy. Now his super attack, I just had a bit of fun with the names here, just whatever came to my head, and I called it Dragon Wrath, and it causes immense damage and greatly lowers defense. So that's the main guy. So now let's go to the second guy, or whoever. Basically this is another movie character, and that's Tapion. Now Tapion for me would be AGL, Transcend as well, and I gave him Galactic Visitor. It is a pretty rubbish, it's not rubbish, it's shit honestly, but I think it's relatable to him because he's obviously not from Earth, he's from a different planet, so I gave him Galactic Visitor. Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, so he does transcend, Cold Judgment, the Innocent, and as you can see there I did like my own link skill and I called it Dragon Slayer. So this would be the kind of like barrier break link skill to hit a Hirudegarn harder, and the link skill on its own gives you 10% attack, but obviously if you link it with another character, obviously once it's linked with another character within the Hirudegarn event, it's obviously going to do a lot more than that because it's going to break down his barrier. So moving on to his leader, his passive and his super attack. So I made him the Neo Demigod leader skill. So AGL super allies, attack, HP and defense increased by 120%. So basically Kaioken Blue, but obviously with only AGL supers. His passive skill is when HP is 50% or above, Ki +2 for all super allies. So this guy would be really good in a heroes team, considering that if you have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, your HP is going to be very high, and obviously Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a pretty good tanker, so it's pretty easy to have his passive go off for that Ki +2 obviously. Sorry, I just burped there. Super attack, I called it Hero's Melody, and if you guys aren't aware from the movie, Tapion has a ocarina which is used to kind of like seal and contain Hirudegarn, so I gave him Hero's Melody for super attack name, and then I gave it some pre-damage and seal supers. So now moving on to my personal favourite, and I think we need a more up-to-date character based on this transformation, and that's Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So I made him a tech type, he also transcends, and he also has Over in a Flash, Prepared for Battle, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Limit Breaking Form, which is obviously the Super Saiyan 3 link skill, Fierce Battle, and oh, I forgot to mention I gave Tapion and Super Saiyan 3 the Dragon Slayer link skill that I made up. which is attack plus 10%. So as you can see from this guy's link skills compared to the other Super Saiyan 3s that are available, he's pretty damn powerful. So now let's move on to his leader skill, his passive, and his super. So leader skill, tech types ki plus 2, HP and attack plus 80%. So almost like a mono leader, but obviously Gotenks is the better one because it's ki plus 3, and he obviously gives that defensive boost as well. But that's still a really good leader skill for me. Now, if you don't remember the Super Saiyan 3s that are just out now, they have like some sort of like condition or restriction to their passive. So the AGL one obviously has the turn-based restriction, and the strength one has the HP restriction. This guy also has a restriction, but completely different from the other two, and it's when facing one enemy, attack increased by 90%. So if this guy's in a Dokkan Festival event, so where you're most likely going to face one enemy at a time, especially if it's like an AGL type like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and you've got this guy in a Heroes team, or you've got him in a Mono AGL team against a Dokkan Festival character where you're only facing one, this guy's going to be a powerhouse and he's going to hit him. And that's why I kind of went with this Goku. I wanted to make him a bit more of a powerhouse. His super attack, Super Dragon Fist, which is obviously the attack that he used to kill Hirudegon in the end. I put him as core supreme damage, and I kind of took the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks route on this, and I gave him his attack being raised for 3 turns when he does his super. So this is, for me, if this Dokkan Festival was a real thing, I would be happy pulling this Goku, even if I didn't pull like Hirudegon, because this guy is just a monster. Now coming up to the last character. Now this character doesn't transcend. He only goes. You can only Z awaken him into an ultra rare, so he goes to level 100. But I still think it's a pretty important character to have, and that is a Kid Trunks, but not just normal Kid Trunks. It's Kid Trunks with his sword. Because if you don't know, in this movie, this is where Trunks actually got his sword. It was a gift from Tapion when Tapion and the other Z fighters, Goku, Trunks, etc., when they finally defeated Hirudegon, Tapion, before he leaves, gives Trunks the sword as a gift. So I made him a physical type. He's SSR base form, which I said before, he can only be Z awakened into an ultra rare. But I gave him prepared for battle, the Saiyan lineage, Vegeta family, Saiyan warrior race, Z fighters, and I gave him the budding warrior link skill because just to kind of link with Goten, because obviously Kid Trunks was always with Kid Goten, so that's why I gave him that link skill. And I also gave him the Dragon Slayer link skill because he also did help in trying to beat down Hirudegon. Now let's move on to his leader skill, his passive, and his super attack. Nothing too amazing here. I didn't want to make him too strong, but I didn't want to make him too, not too shit either. But he was going to be the weaker out of the 4 cards. So his leader skill is physical types, attack plus 80%. So not really an amazing leader skill. His passive makes him fairly decent if you play him with the right cards in like a mono fizz team or something like that. And his passive skill is when HP is 50% or above, attack and defense plus 50%. So if you have like the 140% boost from like a double mono team, and then you have this passive go off, that's 190% just on his. Wait, no, it's more than that actually, because it's 140% plus it is. It's 190% on his attack and defense increase. So he's gonna hit fairly hard and be able to tank pretty well if you play him right. And then his super attack, I called it Angry Slash because in the movie he does go in for the kill with the sword and like slashes Hirudegon's tail off. So that's why I called it that. I didn't really go into much detail or give too much thought on the super attacks, and I only gave him the supreme damage modifier. Like I said, this guy was only going to be the weakest out of the 2, but I felt like it was a necessary character to have. So yeah guys, that's going to be the end of the video. It's just a speculation and opinion video on what I would like to see, like in Dokkan Festival wise. But feel free to let me know what you think about what you've just seen, if you agree with it or if you disagree with it, and let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. So that's going to be the end of the video guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and until the next one, take care.